DJS Associates, we're a full-service forensic consulting firm. We do consulting, technology, and animations. Dave Shore started the firm. He started out as a professor of civil engineering at Villanova University. And his application of engineering was to the students, explaining to the students, this is how engineering principles are applied. This is what you do with regard to the engineering principles when you apply it to a building, when you apply it to a roadway, when you apply it to other things. But what he has done and what he has developed through this company is the application of those same engineering principles in a unique manner. And we now have the ability to take those same engineering principles, those same laws of physics, and to apply them in a manner that 20 years ago they weren't being applied. What we do, we call it the DJS Approach. It's a 6-step approach that begins with collecting data. After we collect the data, we preserve that evidence. We identify what the appropriate expertise would be required to evaluate that evidence. We perform our analysis. We render our ethical opinions, and then we demonstrate the results of the opinions. And this 6-step approach applies to any area of engineering, science, or medicine.
When we respond to the scene of an incident, advances in technology now allow us to collect more data in a shorter period of time with much more precision.
Years ago, when we did a vehicle inspection, the toolkit consisted of hand tools and a camera. Today, however, with the advent of technology and computers in particular, our toolkit has grown significantly. Now we're carrying around laptops and cables and interface modules and different equipment that allows us to access the different computers within each vehicle.
The advantage of the new technology that's available, that is the high-definition survey equipment, that advantage is that it allows us to create a three-dimensional environment. A three-dimensional environment is essentially a scale model of anything that the scanner can scan. It of course can be utilized in vehicular collisions. It can be utilized in real estate or construction issues. One of the new things that has come about over the last 5 or 10 years is camera matching. Camera matching is the ability to take a photograph, a two-dimensional photograph, and place it within the three-dimensional environment. And by doing that, not only can you evaluate and measure things off of that photograph, but you can also evaluate the view that the person might have had who took the photograph to get data that might not be available in any other manner. Camera matching goes hand in hand with photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is the science of taking measurements from photographs. And again, that's another new technology approach to collect data from information that was collected by another source. For example, if you weren't at the scene, somebody took photographs of the scene, and now that data is gone. It's short-lived data. It might have disappeared in the rain, somebody might have cleaned it up, the area might have changed. The ability to use photogrammetry, take measurements from that photograph, or the ability to camera match that photograph with present measurements allows you to get additional data that you wouldn't normally have. Well, it's very important for us to be responsive to our clients, and for that reason, through the years, we've developed what we call a 24-hour on-call team. That 24-hour on-call team is prepared to go out any time of day and night to collect the data that is required from a collision that might have occurred or a catastrophe that might have happened, like such as a building collapse or something of that nature. For years, we would go out and we'd look at data, whether it would be pieces of a building or pieces of a car or pieces of a machine, and that data would be in somebody's garage or out in the field under a tarp. And we ultimately determined that the best place to view it would be in a climate-controlled, well-lit, secure facility. And we looked around and we didn't see any around. So we developed a secure, climate-controlled environment with which we can not only store evidence, but do inspections of evidence as well. And that's our Forensic Storage and Technology Center.
Our firm has experts in all areas of engineering, science, and medicine.
The experience that an engineer brings to an investigation is critical in accurately analyzing that data. To draw on your experience and understand all of the various systems that are involved in a truck or in a passenger vehicle. And evaluating that data in the context of all of the other physical evidence and the known circumstances really helps create an accurate and full evaluation of all of the data.
Ultimately, what it comes down to is that our clients know that we're responsive, that we have the expertise, we have the experience, we have the technology to provide accurate and ethical evaluations of any forensic matter.